Oh yeah, turn it off.
Hello, YouTube.
Hello, YouTube.
Instagram.
And Instagram. Welcome to our weekly discussion of Westworld. Today we'll be discussing episode 8.
Yes.
Kiksuya.
Kiksuya.
Sorry, I completely
Our
watched
pronunciation is probably off. But
This episode was all about the Ghost Nation character. His name is something we can't pronounce. It was like
Akechita.
Akechita. And it was all about his journey. And a lot of people are saying, like, oh, this is just a filler episode. But I think that it helped give a lot of backstory to his character and why he did the things that he did. And it explained that he was behind some of the things that we didn't know that he was behind.
Very interesting. Where should we start? Should we start from the beginning, as we always do?
Very good place to start.
Yes. What happens at the beginning?
Oh, well, Maeve is not doing so good. And she's getting cut open, and they take out her, like, code, and they're using it. But she is sort of, like, telepathically and via network talking to
Akechita.
We're
her
called
daughter.
Ghost Nation #1 guy.
That's a lot longer than Akechita.
Yeah.
Ghost Nation #1 guy.
He's sort of, like, talking to her daughter, Maeve's daughter, but he's talking straight to Maeve. If you notice, like, at the end, he, like, directly said it, you know, you can join us or die well. And he's talking to Maeve about that. And when he's speaking in his native tongue, he's talking to Maeve that whole time. And then when he speaks in English, he's sort of talking to her daughter.
Because when he talks in English, it's more kind of confront, like, you know, being like, it's okay.
It's a comforting sort
it's
of
a comforting thing.
And then like, when he's speaking in his own language, he's talking about his backstory and his love story and how he found, like, his own consciousness, and that he's still trying to find the door.
Yes, one of the most interesting things about this episode is that we found out kind of like the maze was not presented to him in the way that was presented to Dolores, where Bernard's actually like, here it is, you see it, this is it.
Right.
He stumbled upon it after Dolores, the Deathbringer, which I think is a perfect name for her right now.
Yeah,
you know,
that was pretty cool.
And do actually kind of like, you know, he stumbled upon the Deathbringer's first massacre.
Yeah.
And then he finds the maze on the bar table.
He finds the toy.
That was then he
Dolores's.
starts kind of like tinkering.
Yeah, and he goes mad according to his tribe. And then he sort of...
But I also wonder, though, kind of like, is there something in their code? Maybe this one symbol that really kind of like drives them.
Why did that drive him crazy?
Like, it's kind of like if we like saw kind of like Amazon, we're kind of like, oh, Amazon symbols. That must mean something. We should go online and figure it out.
And that does happen to us. We go online and buy things and we see that symbol.
You see, yeah, it's working. It's all marketing.
It was interesting that Ford was even confused by it. That he was just
I love that scene, though. We're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. The scene where actually do see him by the tiger or the giant bear. That was very Hannibal Lecter of him.
Yeah.
So good job, Anthony Hopkins. Sir Anthony Hopkins. Bringing it all the way back. You know, hello, Atikika.
You hear the screaming of the lambs.
Of the bears.
Do you hear the screaming of the bears of the house? You know. So good job, Anthony. We always appreciate seeing you. Yes.
So that scene is great.
That scene is great.
Because Akechita kind of like finds him in this scene, and we don't know if Ford's sort of like there just because he's there, or if it was sort of an invitation for Akechita.
Yeah, did he just set this up as kind of like, here's a way for you to stumble upon me in my own little
Because
routine.
I know you're aware.
Yeah.
And this was right before the massacre, right?
This is before, what also is really interesting about that scene too is like Ford knows he's going to die. And I think a lot of people in the Westworld community kind of thing, fans, actually believe that, oh, hello.
Keep going.
That right when Dolores kills Ford, that's actually when she, you know, achieves consciousness in a way. But that's not true because he programmed her to do that to know that's supposed to be done.
Yes.
So what does that mean for actually the consciousness of Dolores?
That she's not. And it means that Akechita actually achieved his own consciousness. He was
Mm-hmm.
alive for 10 years straight. And he never got the update. And he's been just doing his own thing off his program. He did that by himself. Mm-hmm. And he only goes back into Delos' labs because he wants to find his lover.
Kind of like what Maeve did, where every time like he was realized kind of like, once I die, I can go into this lab and talk to Felix and change the code. Like death is a certainty that kind of brings you to the next level where kind of like, you know,
passage, as he calls it. And he wants to keep the man in black alive so that he doesn't think he deserves that passage, which is really interesting. And then his daughter, the man in black's daughter, comes by and she's like, wait, no, I want the same thing and I can make it worse. So I'm thinking that she is going to take the man in black to the door to the valley beyond and put his consciousness, because he's dying, into his host body, and then force him to stay in the parks and die over and over and over again and suffer the same way that he made all these other hosts suffer.
I mean, I find it really interesting though too. Like, I do have a Men in Black theory now. Every season of Westworld must have a Men in Black theory. Yeah. So the first one is, well, you know, what the first season is that he's actually young William, turned older. But I believe, I'm listening to believe that the Men in Black is a host. I believe that the scene that we saw in the first episode where young Ford is talking to Men in Black, you know, and he's also kind of like, you know, you cannot look forward. You're looking forward, you look in the wrong direction. You need to go forward, you must go back.
Interesting theory. I hope this particular episode wins for best screenplay. Charles Lee, it was really good. I actually think, like, this episode,
the cinematography too was amazing.
Yeah, this episode really, like, the acting was amazing, and I love that actor from the Ghost Nation guy.
Yeah,
and
he was great.
Even like Maeve's daughter, this is the best acting I've seen her do in the entire series.
I haven't really seen her too much besides like run away from Ghost Nation.
But she, you know, she's supposed to look scared and stuff. This is the best. Her just listening to his story was the best acting I've seen her do. And then just like his backstory was so beautiful. And it's the first true love story I think we've seen in Westworld, and it was really beautiful.
Yeah. Well, like it was besides Maeve's love story with a daughter in a way, you know, just
different kind of love though. Yeah. Like this is like a romantic love story, and we haven't seen that really.
No,
not like this.
Dolores and Teddy are all
they don't count. She turned on him.
Yeah.
And that's a program. This was like he was conscious and their love was true. And it was just great storytelling this episode. And it really like his character is so developed, and like they really gave you all of this so that we care about him as a character. He's one of my favorite characters now. I only saw him for like one episode. Like,
I think it's just really great kind of like how they took his story and really tracked it through all the timeline of Westworld that we've seen. It's kind of like, oh, you remember like when Dolores killed everybody the first time? There was somebody there. Yeah. Remember the second time they did that? There was somebody there. You know, kind of like when like at one of the roundest, like, you know, like the little girl, like when Dolores went to the town. Yeah. And the little girl was stronger than Maze. Like that Maze only got passed through because of Akichet. Sorry, I feel so bad. I'm butchering it. I know. Bad.
Everyone said it differently. So I know. I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
I'm wondering if like the fact that he didn't go crazy violent like Dolores and Maeve did is kind of a sign that like when you get conscious, like your goal is not to destroy everyone and get revenge.
Understand.
Like, you understand, and you just all you want to do is just like.
But what's really crazy about that too is like, because he was programmed to be super aggressive,
and
like,
he wasn't,
and he wasn't. He stopped his aggression, knowing kind of like I shouldn't be doing this.
Solman Ali, hey everyone, thanks for sharing smiles and for everything. You are doing a great job. Thank you.
Great job too.
We appreciate your comments on our previous videos, by the way. We always love reading them. Thank you.
So very good theories still in the chat right now. We will address it next week, definitely. Yes, but there's so many good things about this episode. The love story, the kind of like, you know, take my heart where you go. Actually, really do love how they use Nirvana's song "Heart-Shaped Box." Yeah, when he's actually kind of like going to look for her through like the Dolores, you know, compound and all that stuff. Like, take my heart where you go in this heart-shaped box.
And he was just misunderstood. And I think Maeve
cute.
Understands that. Nirvana, like he was trying to help save her and her daughter when she thought he was trying, you know, because he was programmed to do that at one point, but later he was trying to save them from the Man in Black.
Yeah. But also, we also learned, though, too, that kind of, like, the memories of Maeve where she sees Ghost Nation and the memories where she sees Men in Black, those are two separate times. Those are not happening at the same time.
Those are different times.
So I find that really interesting. Actually, when we do see actually kind of Ghost Nation actually scalping all the people, because obviously they're hosts, they should actually implant the maze inside their mind.
Yeah, they put those in there. I thought that was Delos. Yeah. They put those in there.
And also got another really interesting thing, kind of like, when you scalp somebody, don't you pretty much die pretty fast? And if you're kind of sketching this thing on the back of their head and somebody there to put you back together, won't the technicians actually be kind of like, what is this symbol?
They might just be like, oh, maybe it's an updated model. Like maybe this is how they're designing them now.
I don't know, though, because in the first episode of this season, the guy kind of like opens his head, going kind of like, what is this? Like, I don't know, you know?
Yeah, they just sort of dismiss it.
It's quite interesting. I mean, could that symbol be kind of like Delos' logo? And we just don't know it? Does Delos have a logo?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know.
Oh my god!
Sorry,
that'd be so trippy. I'd be so pissed if I was a host. I'd be like, "The fuck? This is just like an Amazon symbol this whole time."
You've been programming me for what? You know, I'm
gotcha.
What is that? But I know, could that be a logo? It must either be in their code to understand that kind of like I really find it really interesting how like when the hosts do see it. They're kind of like, what does this mean? Like, there must be something in there code.
And I thought it was interesting that he's the one who sort of drew in the dirt in front of Maeve's house. That
He's trying
Maeve
to protect her.
We always thought that was Maeve, but that was him trying to pass along that message. He was like a gospel spreading the word of like.
I didn't really thought who that was. I just thought kind of like that's something that she thought.
I thought that was Maeve, but he's been planting it in people's minds. Yeah, he's been spreading that really.
Yeah, and maybe we want to go back all the way to the beginning of the season. The first episode, where actually kind of like the man in black goes up to I forget his name, but it is during the first episode when he does scout that person and it's a maze in his head, and he uses that throughout the whole thing. Right. That actually was a part of a Ghost Nation member. Because actually is Native American, but they changed the story, so that might make sense actually for it to be in his head.
Yeah,
but they always change the story, you know.
Okay, let's talk about how his wife was down below.
Oh, let's talk about this
deserted area, like with all the naked people just standing there, like not turned on, like they turned them all off. His wife was down there among them, and he couldn't get her out. But last season,
when Sizemore opened up the cooler and you realized everybody's gone,
they were all gone.
And also, Clementine was definitely in that.
Clementine was in there too, so she was let out. Yeah, so that means that his lover is out there somewhere now.
Is Dolores controlling him, and actually he'll come back up against her, and it'll actually it'll be kind of like his wife against him, and he's on Dolores' side.
Maybe
they'll have to kill each other somehow. Like, who knows? I'm pretty sure he'll just so sacrificing to her that he'll just be kind of like, just kill me because I love you so much. Like,
that's his ultimate like suffering is his wife getting taken away.
That's his cornerstone.
And he saw the valley beyond. He saw that.
He saw it before anybody else did. I mean, how weird would it be actually to kind of like if he saw that in the same moment on the other side of the valley, there's kind of like William and Dolores were like, this is what I'm making. Yeah. This same exact time. I thought about that in the episode. I'm like, what if they're just like over there? You just can't see them.
Yeah. You know? Let's talk about how like William could be a host this time.
I believe that. I'm starting to understand.
I mentioned that a while back.
Katie's been saying that for a while.
Yes.
So this whole time, the man in black has been a host, and he's been dying over and over and over again, but he wakes up not remembering that, and he thinks that he's a human and not able to get hurt by the other hosts.
And it's pretty much what Bernard thought for a long time.
That is what Bernard thought, and his memory is just, he doesn't remember. So then, what is he trying to, he's trying to find his own consciousness. That was the game, right?
I don't know. I just have another kind of like theory about this. Is that kind of like, the man in black, he's a host, but the real man in black is kind of like even like watching from afar, you know, like maybe the end of the game is just kind of like just get through can you get through the game?
So the real man in black
is like a simulation.
The real man in black is in the Valley Beyond, and he's playing this game through his host. It's as a simulation.
Yeah.
And that's why Ford keeps telling him, like, you're playing this game. You're playing this game.
This game was made for you by you.
This is your game.
You want to make
play
this
game. How you want. You've been wanting this game, and now you're playing it.
You want the host, you know.
That's interesting.
Like, what if he actually did die, like, you know, like at the end of the first season?
I still think.
Who knows?
That's crazy, and I would love it if that happened. But I still think that he is a person, and that he's going to go find his host body, and either willingly or not willingly be put into it. It's what he did to Delos when he put his consciousness in a host body and he went mad. Right. I think that's going to happen to him.
Who's going to do that? Is Emily going to do that?
I think his daughter's going to do that.
Is going to go around the loop and 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 the loop.
Or, you know, if your theory is correct, maybe he's been dead. Maybe he's not playing a game. Maybe he's been dead for a while.
Yeah.
And maybe she is trying to bring back her dad because they have his DNA and they definitely have the technology to put consciousness into a host body. And she wants to bring back her dad because he died a long time ago.
Yeah, maybe she's lonely. Lost her mom, lost her dad.
I don't know.
There has to be some big reason why she's there now.
There's only two more.
But we all know the last episode is going to be a cliffhanger moment.
For the third season, Hi, Michael. How are ya?
Hi, Michael. Thanks for joining us.
Welcome.
Should we respond to...
Yes. We had some comments on Instagram.
We had messages from Annette on Instagram that we would like to address. She had some good theories.
Actually, I actually kind of thought about that theory that she brought up, and I thought it was a really good one. Are you going to read them just out loud?
She's going to read them, but she can't.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I don't
find them because she's now watching us live. It's like a live session.
I don't even know why that like opened that. Hold on a second.
You're in the loop.
I'm in the loop.
Okay. That would be so crazy if the maze was just the company logo.
So what Annette said.
I don't know. That don't make sense. But I'm like, you're in this person in this world around you, but you're the only one that's really real.
Yeah.
That could be Davis's logo. I don't know. I think it'd be a really cool
we didn't talk about
twist.
Logan. Oh well.
Logan! That's
what
it.
said last thing about Ford equals father, Bernard equals son, Delos equals Holy Ghost, Teddy equals Adam, and Dolores equals Eve, especially when she gave him knowledge with a well-placed apple pun with a tablet. The Japanese Maeve had that whole burning heart metaphor too in that episode. Anyway, just food for thought.
Annette, I love that idea.
Yeah,
You're my boy, Blue. I love it. I love. Honestly, I kind of thought about that too at one point. I'm kind of like, what if it was just like counterparts? You know,
Yeah,
like that would kind of make sense in a way. Kind of like
that's crazy.
Yeah. So I love that one. I love. Good job, Annette.
Good job, Annette. She's thinking like beyond.
Bring them coming. Bring them coming. Bring them coming.
Great theories. If you do, make sure to comment on this video down below or on Instagram.
We will always, even want to tweet us. We'll also read those.
Anything. We only have 2 episodes left, so it's gonna get heavy. And next episode, I'm so excited for.
I know.
Focus on the Man in Black.
We're gonna be outside of Westworld,
and we're gonna see the death of his wife and like all of that. Like.
I had a thing. I don't know why, but I actually have a little theory that kind of like, you know, they say Logan died of an overdose. I think the Men in Black killed him because
I think you've said that before.
I think I said that before, but because it's just like a little interesting how the daughter
definitely would have a motive.
He definitely would have motive because you know, like even though he was a drug addict and all that stuff, I could see like his dad approaching him, going kind of like, "Hey, you're my only son. If you stay sober for the next like 3 years, I'll give you the company." And maybe
William was probably like, hell no.
No. And also that makes sense why kind of like Emily kind of like really resent him in the real world.
It's really easy to cover up like an overdose
with an
death.
Yeah, with an ex
like a homicide. Yeah. It's gonna look like an overdose, but just give him a little bit extra after he's already passed out and he'll die. Yeah, I could see William doing that, and maybe his daughter coming on to him about it.
Yeah, and kind of like, what did he do in the real world? Everyone else in the real world thinks he's this amazing guy.
Yeah.
Maybe she kind of caught up on that.
Maybe that's why she wants him to suffer. She's like, you never paid for that.
My uncle is dead because of you. You're a horrible man. You're never there. My mom is dead because of you. You need to suffer. It's your turn. Yeah. You caused all this suffering, and now I want you to live forever.
That's my little theory about Logan. Let's see if it comes out true. We'll find out in a couple episodes.
Please join us.
Or even season from now. But thank you so much for watching. We appreciate all of you here.
Please join us next week around the same time on Monday doing Westworld Season 2, Episode 9, review, theories, and discussion.
You know, Episode 9 has a lot of stuff in it.
Yes.
And don't forget to watch our parody. The link is below.
Westworld music video parody.
Thank you so much for watching. Series with us. Videos every Friday.
Oh, these from my Twitch.
Oh,
hello!
Found you.
You found
Come
me.
back next week, Michael. We'll be here. We'll be
I don't Twitch these days, but
I'm twitching right now.
bye. Love you. And it's